Chef Fran, and today we're making something special. We're making chicken parm lasagna. So I don't know if you know, lasagna is like a casserole dish. And so we're gonna combine the chicken parm with the lasagna and make it your one-stop meal. And here are a list of ingredients. Our vitamin content for our chicken parmigiana is chicken, B6, B12, niacin, pasta sauce, A, B, C, E, K, and potassium, fresh mozzarella cheese, C, folate, potassium, and our lasagna has vitamins B, folate, niacin, riboflavin, and thiamine, pasta sauce as well, A, B, C, E, K, and potassium, ricotta cheese, A, B2, B12, calcium, broccoli, B1, B6, E, manganese. So lasagna is like your all-inclusive one-stop dish. And so I'm adding chicken parm to it. And I happen to be making this dish because today happens to be my son's 21st birthday. And he loves chicken parm and he loves pepperoni, which I'm gonna include in my lasagna. And so I kind of want to do something special for him. He also loves broccoli. So instead of kind of doing spinach and my ricotta, I'm gonna actually include broccoli in it, chopped up broccoli. So, to start, what do we have? We have our flour, our eggs, our breadcrumb, and our seasoned chicken. We have our seasoning that was used, Slap Your Mama seasoning, our Himalayan salt, our black pepper, our basil, our Italian seasoning, as well as our garlic powder, onion powder. We have our pasta sauce. I add just a little bit of brown sugar in it to kind of tone down the acid. And we have our broccoli, and we have our freshly grated Parmesan, and we have our fresh mozzarella, we have our lasagna noodles, and we have our pepperoni. And that's it. So we're gonna begin. I started dipping our, you have one hand wet, one hand dry. So I'm gonna put some here so I can have a good amount to start with. So what I did was, I'm gonna start all over for you and kind of show you. But let me explain it first, and I'm sure most of you know how to do this. I started coating it in the flour, make sure it was fully coated, then I dipped it in the egg, and then I dipped it in the panko. I've had my oil getting nice and hot to receive this goodness here. So I just want to get a few pieces in, so that's why I started this. And again, so I can kind of get this coated here. I am on location, visiting my son. I'm gonna go with my dry. I'm gonna dip it here, my chicken pieces, in the flour. Make sure it stays fully coated before I put it in the egg. And then we're gonna fry it up. We'll see what that looks like. So I just shake off the residue, dip it in the egg while I work on this piece here, and I'll have them both go in together. So it's taking an egg bath, as I would call it, and this is taking its flour bath. Okay, and then now I'm gonna use my wet hand, which is over here, and I'm gonna put it in the breadcrumb mixture. Get it on here, kind of get it to stick on there. And then you want to make sure this is fully coated. And again, shake off any residue so you don't get your, oh, I almost put the wet in there, so be careful. Then we're gonna start frying this up after this one. Make sure it's fully coated with your egg. Let's go ahead and put that in our hot oil. Okay, so we're chopping our broccoli so it can fit in our ricotta. And we have our ricotta over here. I actually have one egg in it, and I also have some pasta sauce in it because my son doesn't like anything white sauce related. He doesn't like Alfredo sauce. He doesn't like cottage cheese. So I figured if I jazz it up and make it pinkish, almost on the red side, he won't pay attention to it. Because how could you have lasagna and not have ricotta? So good. And then we'll mix and put this in. Okay, now I have our broccoli all cut up. Trying to put it in here. And our sauce looks, kind of pinkish. Salmon, more like a salmon color, coral family. Now we gotta get our veggies in. So this is his favorite vegetable, that and corn, but my husband is not a fan of corn, so I won't be putting any corn. So I have to settle on just broccoli, and that's what we'll do. And so here we go. How wonderful our chicken parm. Our chicken came out beautiful. All GBD, golden brown and delicious here. And then we're gonna put in our lasagna. So I just wanted you to kind of see that. Beautiful. As you see, I've done my first layer with the ricotta and the broccoli and the pasta sauce. And I did put some fresh mozzarella on top of it. Reason being is because I'm about to put my chicken parm and I don't want my chicken to move. So always your cheese is like a sort of food glue when you use cheese in dishes. And so it's gonna hold, once it melts, it will hold, or actually once it melts and starts to firm up a little bit, it will hold the chicken parm in place and not allow it to like move if I'm trying to cut it or, do something in that nature. So that's why I put a little light layer. So now we're gonna go ahead and start assembling our chicken parm. So now I'm gonna put my pasta sauce over it. And then I'm gonna put some fresh mozzarella on that again before I do my next layer of pasta. And again, this is really just some store-bought sauce that I just kind of added a few spices to it, kind of like making my own things since I didn't have time to necessarily make my own sauce from scratch. So, store-bought sauce works just as well if you want to add something to it or just use it just the way it is. Get some fresh mozzarella on here. This is some fresh Parmesan that I grated. Parmesan Reggiano, actually. A little bit of that here. Now we can do our other layer. Do it this way. Okay, so here I'm just putting some pasta sauce because these are oven-ready lasagna. The pasta sauce is what helps it to cook. If you need more sauce, you could always add more sauce to it if you need more. Just putting some mozzarella down. Okay, so I had laid down, my chicken parm, my chicken again. Now as the sauce, I'm gonna do some more cheese. I'm gonna put the pepperoni on it. And then we're gonna do our last layer of noodles. And then we're just gonna bake this. So now we're adding our pepperoni. I added the mozzarella, I added a little bit of the Parmigiano Reggiano. And here's the pepperoni. And we're gonna just add our last layer of noodle afterwards. Make sure we get enough pepperoni here. Let's not be pepperoni cheap. Okay, and now I am going to put my last layer. We have to put some sauce on the top of it. I'm just trying to squeeze it down. And I will just put some of my sauce here. And then we're gonna put a little bit more of mozzarella and Parmigiano Reggiano and then get it in the oven. Okay, so here we have our fresh mozzarella on the top. Not too much because I really don't want to mess. And I had shredded this and just vacuum sealed it. So here we go. We just put some here, some Parmesan here. And we're gonna put it in the oven on 375 for 25 minutes covered. And then you want to do another 20 minutes uncovered. Well, look at our chicken parm lasagna. You get to see inside how beautiful it looks. And make sure we have our veggies of the broccoli, and we have that little twist of the pepperoni in here too. And of course our chicken, you know, that's chicken parm. And so you get to see it here too on our slice right here. And then you get to see this beautiful green here because it's our broccoli. So here's our veggies, and of course the wonderful fresh mozzarella cheese that we have in here, and the Parmesan Reggiano, that nice wonderful Italian cheese. And so let's dig in. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna cut a piece of this and I want you to see what inside looks like, the layers of the Parmesan, the chicken Parmigiana, as well as the lasagna noodles. Look at the layers of the chicken parm and the lasagna in between it and the cheese. This is so delicious. You have to try this. So if you look inside, you can see our layers of the chicken parm, and then you see the noodles. You don't see the pepperoni here because it's a little hidden, but you do see the cheeses, which is great. This is it. You have to definitely try this. You will enjoy it. Don't forget to click the like button. If you're new to this channel, welcome. If you haven't subscribed already, subscribe. What are you waiting for? Comment below. Let me know if you did the exact recipe, if you did something different. Thank you again for hanging out. Love you guys. So here's our chicken Parmigiana lasagna. So can't wait for us to cut into it. I added some fresh basil on the top once it was done because I didn't want it to cook and get brown. So I added it last. Look how beautiful this looks. And we just had some garlic bread just for a little touch because my son loves garlic bread and it is his birthday. So